you know, Stephen Dorff is great. I like him, but it is the Mahershala Ali show. That's why he's on the poster. You wouldn't even know Stephen Dorff was in it, really.
It's like
if
he's
you
in the
weren't.
background.
Yeah, you wouldn't even know he's even doing it. It's just like, here's Mahershala Ali. He's playing an old man. The makeup looks good, I think. He looks like does look like an old man.
I would say its depiction of the South feels less not that the first season felt authentic, but a number of the performances in this, these sort of Southern Gothic characters, feel very much like actors putting costumes on and playing a kind of a silly theater part.
Well, some of them are like really pushing the accent too, and then others
maybe
like
Gummer a little bit.
Like you're like, okay, that's enough. But it's Mahershala. I mean, he can do no wrong. It's like the era of Mahershala.
Well, he can walk. He's beautiful. He has this insane presence. He can walk on screen, and you'll watch for an hour.
The old man makeup though distracted me a bit. I felt like I was watching like Mandy Moore on This Is Us. I
thought it was better than This Is Us. That it did remind me a lot of This Is Us.
Because you know what Mahershala looks like, so you're just he's just wearing so much makeup. So I find myself being like, wow, those crow's feet look great, instead of actually watching the show.
I mean, I think his performance is actually incredible because he really does believably play a man at 3 different ages. So he's supposed to be like 35 in the beginning. So the show starts in like 1980. 2 kids go missing. You know, by the end of the first episode, you'll see how that kind of plays out. You're not going to be surprised by any of this. I think what happens, it's pretty, kind of like not very difficult to imagine what happens. But yeah, he's playing like a 35-year-old guy. He comes back from Vietnam. Then we go to 1990, and he's playing a 45-year-old guy who is like been at a desk job for basically 10 years since the case, began. And there's another break in the case. And then he's playing like, a 70-year-old man, I guess, in 2015. They make a point to say 2015. I'll be curious to see if that has any kind of cultural payoff or anything. Because, like, why wouldn't it just be today, right? Like, you could just say present day, but they do say 2015 pointedly. And he's just got dementia, and he's very old. And it's like he's a shell of what he was. And you really do get the different layers. I just find his performance fascinating. And it's like the old man stuff is incredibly tragic, especially as it goes on. I don't know how many of you guys got to watch, but I banged through all of the 5 that they sent. And by the last one, it's like really sad. Like, it's like he is definitely doing stuff here that I think we'll be talking about him at the Emmys probably and all those different things next year, because it's like this is going to be like a performance I think that stands up. Whether or not people like the show, I mean, the response has been pretty good. Most critics have been like, it's good. It's like it was the first season. It's definitely a step up from the terrible second season.
The second season has its defenders.
Are you one of them? I feel like you would be.
I'm not.
I'm shocked you're not.
I'm not a defender, but I didn't think it was as terrible as everyone made it out to be. I think it was nothing like the first, and I think people were expecting it to be so much more.
It was just narratively a disaster.
Metaphor. Yeah.
That was the big problem with the second season.
The performances were pretty good, but yeah, it wasn't anything like the first. But I'm not going to say it's the worst thing I've ever watched.
No, I wouldn't say that at all. I thought there were some great scenes, some great action sequences. There's that shootout in like the 5th or 6th episode that was directed by Friedkin. That was really cool. But yeah, it was a mess.